Hello, good day, and thank you for being here. This is 2026 Esri Orientation. My name is Monty Montemare. I lead the technical support organization here at Esri. I'm going to be one of your hosts today. I'm joined by...
And I'm your other host. My name is Christy Pleiss, and I help lead Esri's Professional Services Division.
Great to see you again, Christy. Thanks for being here. So Christy and I are going to spend the next 30 to 40 minutes talking to you about everything you see, what it's all about, who should attend, how to plan out your week, how to make the most out of your week, and ultimately, just how to have a really great UC.
Exactly.
And before we dive into things, on behalf of all of our colleagues and teammates across Esri globally, we want to extend a warm welcome to all of you who are joining us today, and all of you who are going to be in San Diego or joining us as digital attendees throughout the week. It's going to be a really amazing event. But before we go into things, Christy, I understand you were taking a look at some interesting reporting the other day, and we wanted to share some things with us.
I wanted to check out the latest numbers. So, as of right now, there are more than 21,000 people registered to attend UC in some way. Over 14,000 of those folks are planning to come in person.
Very cool.
Which is absolutely amazing. And I think those numbers are going to go up. Over 30% of our registrants will be first-time attendees of UC.
Very good.
And guess how many countries are represented?
I'm going to say north of 100.
North of 125 countries.
Which is amazing.
And there's people traveling from a really long distance.
It was more than 10,000 miles or 16,000 kilometers, and that just speaks to this is a truly global event and just shows how committed people are to GIS and being part of this really amazing community.
Yeah.
Before Christy and I dive into things, we want to cover two logistical pieces of information. There in your browser window, you'll see a chat window. So if you have questions throughout today's session, maybe Christy and I don't go as deep into a topic as you would like, or maybe we don't cover something, go ahead and put your question in that chat window. We have a team of event experts that are joining us today behind the scenes, so they're monitoring that chat. And then also today, there's going to be a couple of codes,
QR codes
in some of our slides. If you want to go deeper on some of that information, have those cameras ready so you can get in there and scan that and go deeper. And so now that we've talked about that, Christy, let's talk about what is the UC? What can I get out of this week?
You can get a lot out of it for sure, but I guess the biggest takeaway is Esri UC is the world's largest gathering of geospatial professionals and enthusiasts. And it's about 20 days away, so it's coming up pretty soon.
It is. And so a couple of weeks ago, you and I were talking, and you shared a really inspiring story with me about, I think it was your first UC and what it was like when you first arrived in San Diego. Can we cover that?
Yeah, so that was 25 years ago, believe it or not. It was the first time I got to attend UC as an Esri employee. And I remember taking the staff bus down to San Diego. And as we arrived at the convention center, I looked up and saw this giant Esri sign on the building. And it just really told me and helped me realize that, wow, this is a big deal. This is our organization. This is for our users. And I was really proud to be part of it.
That's amazing. Yeah. And then what else can we expect during this, during the event? What's it all about?
There's a lot, and we're going to get into more detail, but I guess if we could think of a few main focus areas, is you're going to see GIS solving real problems. You're going to have an opportunity to learn new capabilities, understand where our technology is headed, and probably biggest yet is connect with your peers, connect with the community, and just know that this week of UC is built for you.
Excellent. Yeah, and speaking of that community, Christine, thinking about who should attend, the UC is really for anyone and everyone, no matter your role, no matter your background, no matter how many years of experience, whether you're not technical at all, maybe you're super technical. Yep. The UC really does have something for everyone who's interested in GIS, mapping, location intelligence. And going back to your point, the real magic for me about the UC, it really is about our customers coming together, learning, sharing, and really creating that just really amazing energy that happens throughout the week. And so now that we've talked about that, let's start diving in a little bit deeper and helping people start to formulate how to think about the week, how it's broken out, what things are happening on what days so that you can begin to schedule things out. So at a high level, the UC, the core of it is Monday through Friday, Christy. On Monday, we have this thing called the plenary. You're going to go deeper and talk about this, but go ahead and put that on your calendar. Highly inspirational and motivational event. And then as we transition to the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have this thing called the Expo and the sessions, and that's a lot of fun. And then there's kind of this other area called More to Explore. So we have wellness events, we have fun, we have other activities that are happening, we have a great party, and these are meant to complement your UC experience. And so again, we're gonna go deeper into each of these. We just wanted to give everybody a high-level preview, again, to start thinking about the week. And so before we get into the nuts and bolts and the details of the conference, let's talk about badges, Kristen.
Those are important.
These are very important. So everyone attending the UC is required to have a badge. You'll see there on the screen. All Esri employees are going to have a red badge, and we're going to talk about why that's important later with a red lanyard. All of our customers are going to have a blue badge. Your badge is your access to everything at the UC. Another way that I think about it is this helps you identify that you're part of that Esri and GIS community. We're there to learn and grow together. Got to wear the badge during all times. It gets you into the plenary, it gets you into the expo, gets you into those sessions, it gets you into the Thursday night party. We're going to talk about this thing called the map gallery, where you're also going to need your badge. But then also importantly, Christy, on the back of the badge, there's some important information. So in order to use this thing called the event app that we're going to talk about, you got to be connected to Wi-Fi. It's got Wi-Fi connection information, services, emergency information. All of that's going to be on the back of the badge.
So flip the badge over, take a look. Where do we get our badges?
Great question, Christy. So one of my recommendations is when you get to San Diego, maybe one of the first things that you want to do is get your badge. If you happen to be flying into San Diego from somewhere else, in terminals 1 and 2 at the baggage claim, there's going to be Esri kiosks there. You can grab your badge. All you need is a photo ID and a copy of your registration. It's only going to take a couple minutes. Maybe if you're not coming in by plane, you can grab one at the convention center in the registration area. That's open Sunday to Thursday. On Sunday afternoon, we have a badge pickup social hour. Going to see you there, Christy.
That sounds fun. I'll be at the GIS Leadership Summit.
I'm going to try to be there to stop in and meet some of you, and then I believe I'm actually giving this session in person again around 4 o'clock, just right after that. So again, that's Sunday to Thursday. We recognize that some of you may not be there all week long. Maybe you're just coming down on a Tuesday or Wednesday. Don't worry. Again, registration's open Sunday to Thursday. You can get it all week long. If you happen to be attending one of our events at the Hilton Bayfront, badge pickup is available there Friday through Monday. And then if you're at an event at the Marriott Marquis, you can pick that up on Saturday or Sunday. So again, try to get there and get this early. That's important for getting to plenary on time Monday. We're going to talk more about that.
Yeah, you need to get there on time.
And so now that we've talked about that, Christy, let's get into the fun and the exciting stuff. Let's talk about where the UC really comes to life.
So before what we would call the main part of the week gets going, we have something called pre-UC summits.
Very cool.
These take place on the weekend. We have 3 this year. We have the Esri Education Summit, the Esri Safety and Security Summit, and the Esri GIS Leadership Summit, which I will be at, and I'm very excited about this year. So we've got over 500 people registered for the GIS Leadership Summit right now.
Very cool.
And if you haven't signed up and you're interested, I would highly recommend that you do that now. So yes, we're excited about those. There's a separate registration needed for each of those events. Those are our pre-UC summits.
Very good. All right, now let's transition into Monday and talk about something really exciting.
Yeah, Monday's a big day. It's a big day. It's amazing, and it's a great way to kick off the week. We have our plenary session. Okay. There's 3 parts to the plenary session. Part 1, you're going to hear from Jack Dangermond, our president. He's going to set the stage for the week. He's going to share the vision of the conference. He's going to talk about the theme, GIS, creating a more intelligent world. We're going to have some awards that are going to be presented there as well. That's going to be nice and inspiring. Then we'll have a break. Okay. So that's a great time to grab another cup of coffee, maybe some water, and then come back in. If you're there in person, come back into the convention, come back into the plenary hall, where you're going to hear from some of our colleagues and some of our users who are doing absolutely amazing, innovative things with our technology. We're excited for you to see that. Then we have a pretty good lunch break, about 2 hours. Okay. So we'll talk more later about where to find food, because it's important. After that break is done, we're going to come back at 2 o'clock, back into the plenary hall, and we're going to have a keynote speaker. I'm very excited to hear from Christine Tompkins from the Tompkins Conservation. She's going to talk about some amazing work that's happening to rehabilitate and they call rewilding
Okay.
of areas, in particularly in South America.
Very cool.
Yep, very excited. It's going to be inspiring. So, yeah, what are you most excited about for Plenary Day?
Just, I would say the whole day, Christy, even as a Esri employee, the plenary is just such an inspirational and motivating event.
It is.
Not only hearing from Jack, Esri staff, but also many of our customers and that keynote speaker. On the screen there, you'll also see a note about, in the event app, bring your headphones. So we're streaming live audio with captions during the plenary, and then translation's also going to be available in Spanish for people to listen to the plenary on Monday. So all in all, a really amazing event like Christy talked about.
There was one thing that I meant to say that is so important. One of the best parts at the very beginning of the day is when Jack asks all of us to meet somebody next to us. And I love that. It's fun. It brings energy in the room. And so that's something to look forward to, too.
And it's such a dynamic thing that Jack...
It's very dynamic.
Jack has trouble getting the crowd to quiet down right after
yeah, we
that
get
because
excited.
of everyone meeting and networking and meeting a new friend.
So if I'm going to go to Plenary, which I am, and so are thousands of other people, how do I get there? Where do I go?
Yeah, so let's help orient you as part of this. And so conveniently, we've turned the map upside down. So this is actually a north to south look. So San Diego or the gas lamp would be at your back here. You're looking into the convention center. Those parking slots you see behind the convention center, Christy, those actually aren't for cars. Those are actually for boats. So the ocean is right behind the convention
Lots
center.
of cool boats to see.
But the plenary on Monday in halls F, G, and H. So when you enter the convention center, you go in and you actually turn to the left. I'll just point this out, the registration area is just to the right of the plenary halls. But when you're going in, Christy, it's pretty easy to find where you're going. Just follow the mass of all of the other people that are streaming into that plenary hall. And once you get in there, another request or recommendation that we would give you is we're going to have ushers helping usher people to their seats. They have these light wands to help show open seats. Another thing that I would mention there, Christy, is that it fills up. It's a packed house. And so I think you mentioned it was 14 or 15,000 seats. If there's an empty seat next to you, go ahead and slide on over, get cozy with your neighbor, make a new friend. We want to make sure that this is inclusive and welcoming and everybody has a seat. Again, Christy mentioned doors open up at 7:30, so get there early, get your seat. Yeah. It's going to kick off for 8:30 for a highly inspirational day.
Yep. And there's lots of coffee and water and beverages outside the plenary hall, so don't forget to grab that before you walk in.
And with that, Monday, it's still not over.
It's not over. So after our plenary, which is a great experience during the day, we get to go upstairs to what we call the Map Gallery reception. This is in the convention center in what's called the sales pavilion. It's on the upper level. And this is an opportunity for you to see hundreds of maps and amazing examples from you, our users. You get to meet the colleagues and the folks behind the maps. You get to talk to the people who made them. And there's also really good food, great drinks, and it's an opportunity for you to walk around, meet people, come in contact with old colleagues maybe you haven't seen in a while, and you might even run into Jack.
Get that much coveted selfie that everyone's looking for. And speaking of Jack, Christy, you and I were in a meeting with him just a couple weeks ago, and one of the interesting things that he shared, and I think I would tie it to the map gallery, is one of the things he likes about the UC is the acknowledgments that are given from customer, the way he talked about it. In a fun and in a modest way was sharing your work, bragging about your work, giving acknowledgement, getting acknowledgement. Again, that's a big part of the UC is our customers coming together. But like Christy said, going to the map gallery, our customers do really amazing things, and seeing their maps in real time and meeting the people behind them. Again, that's just another really special touch that happens on Monday. And so now that we've talked about Monday, we're now going to transition in and talk about the core of the conference from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, these things called Learning and Expo Days. And so Christy's going to talk to us now about this big thing we have called the UC Expo.
Yeah, I think of the Expo as the heartbeat of the conference. Yeah. You get to see GIS in action. I mean, you saw it on Monday in the plenary, but now you get to get your hands on, do demos, ask questions of our colleagues and our partners. There's even opportunities to make an appointment with an Esri expert and do what we call a services appointment. We have a new one this year. It's called GIS System Risk and Health Check.
Very cool.
Those are exciting. You have to sign up for those. Again, the expo is in the convention center next door to where the plenary will be on Monday, and that's in halls A, B, C, and D. Take a look at the hours at the bottom of the slide here. There's a lot of opportunity to get there and spend some time in the expo. And also, there's going to be a careers in GIS booth, right?
Yes. So if you're interested in applying for a job here at Esri or learning about jobs through some of our partners or our other customers that are doing work with GIS, that's a great opportunity to learn about employment opportunities there. Now, one recommendation that I would give on the UC Expo is give yourself some time each day to spend time in the expo, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Sometimes we see people save this to the last minute. Some of the best, or I would say most impromptu moments where those new sparks or connections happen. Again, carve some time out on each day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yep.
And then kind of the other half of the, I would say, the heartbeat that you talked about, Christy, is the sessions and meetings. Talk to us about that.
There's a lot to do. So a big part of UC, and you mentioned it a few times, Monty, is that it's a learning event. So make sure that you spend some time scheduling in sessions and presentations during the week. This is where you're going to get an opportunity to see some deeper dives into the technology. There's hundreds of sessions that you can choose from. Please use the events app to make your plan. We've got technical sessions. There's also demo theaters down in the expo, and we've got user presentations. There are also special interest groups that happen during the week. Those you need to reserve. You need to reserve a spot in, so use the add to schedule option to save your spot there. And something that I love about the sessions is that I've been down in the expo area after a group of sessions lets out, and people are rushing down there to ask questions or to follow up. So when you're attending a session, you'll probably get some recommendations about what to go see in the expo after that session, and we'll be ready to talk to you there.
Very cool. So. It's a wave of energy re-entering after all those sessions.
It is.
And so one other thing here for the technical sessions and the demo theaters, again, have that event app, live audio with captions available during the demo theaters and the technical sessions. Want to talk about this thing called the closing session, Christy?
Well, yeah. So on Friday, there's an opportunity to come back into the plenary hall. It'll be in Hall F, so a smaller section there. From 10:30 to noon, there's an opportunity to hear from our corporate leadership team. They're going to be taking questions. They're going to be thinking about the feedback they received during the week, and it's an opportunity to really tie up the week and close it out.
Very cool.
Before the party.
Very cool. So you talked a lot about technical sessions, learning and training. We're going to turn it over now, Christy, to some of our teammates who've been planning for the week and give you a preview of what you can expect as part of those sessions.
There are over 150 technical sessions this year at UC.
It's all about sparking that inspiration and then finishing that app to a high level of quality.
We build the software, but we get to learn about all the cool things you're doing with it at UC. The ArcGIS Pro Road Ahead session is all about getting to show our users what's coming in the next couple of releases of Pro.
GIS, Living Atlas of the World, tips and tricks. This session we'll be talking about how to find things in Living Atlas, how to use things in Living Atlas, and how to get the most out of Living Atlas content across ArcGIS.
ArcGIS and Synapse, an overview. It's an overview of the fastest way to turn your web map into a focused, shareable web application.
My session is about understanding the uncertainty inherent in data and analysis.
This session, What's New in Deep Learning, we'll be talking about all of the geospatial analysis tools and models that we've newly introduced over the past year.
Our session, you'll be able to learn about 6 different ArcGIS apps that we integrate into Microsoft products.
My session is going to focus on how utilities are using ArcGIS to really transform the workflows within treatment plants, water and wastewater plants.
You should attend my session at User Conference this year if you're looking for help making better maps faster.
You should attend my session at UC this year if you're looking for the shortest distance between a map and an app that's polished, purpose-driven, and interactive.
If you're interested in modernizing your existing geospatial workflows using modern AI techniques.
If you're looking for a flexible option that will enable you to access ArcGIS services and other functionalities within your development workflow.
If you can fog a mirror, get to my session.
The conference hall is massive. Plan out your sessions properly.
Build in enough time between sessions so that you can get to them, as the convention center is pretty big.
My top tip is don't just collect information, test it.
Make sure to take really good notes, or what a lot of people do is take pictures.
My favorite thing about UC by far is simply seeing thousands of people that love GIS all in one spot.
It's almost like GIS spring break. Everybody's out there, we're learning, we're innovating, and we're inspiring everybody.
The amount of fun that we have as GIS professionals and GIS nerds, we all just come together and feed on each other's nerdiness all week, and I love that.
That was amazing, Christy, and that was just a handful of our many talented teammates here at Esri, and there's going to be hundreds, like we said before, if not more, sharing really good work throughout these technical sessions. But we're not done there.
There's more. There's actually a lot more. So new this year, we have something called Spotlight Sessions. These require a reservation. See the QR code in the corner. There are 3, and these are focused around technology innovation, topics that are really front of mind right now, and things that are going to help you really continue to drive GIS forward in your organization. We've got AI and ArcGIS, we've got digital twins in ArcGIS, and then analytics and data science in ArcGIS. So these are going to be popular sessions. There will be a wait list if they fill up, so don't hesitate to sign up ahead and hopefully you'll get a chance to attend those sessions, but we're excited about those.
I'm glad you pointed those out, Christy. Before the UC happens, we actually send out a survey to all of our attendees. And one of the big themes that came across is people were curious about what is Esri doing in the innovation space.
Exactly.
And those 3 sessions are going to be really great examples of real Esri's really pushing the boundaries and doing some really amazing new things with our technology.
Yeah. And there's even more.
Even more.
So we also have UC symposiums, and this year there will be 6. You can think of these as events that range from a couple hours to about a half a day that give you a deeper dive into a single domain or into a single community.
Okay.
So these span different industries like defense and intelligence, science, water resources, business, and more. There's also a Native Nations Symposium and a National Geospatial Symposium as well. These also require registration, but it's included with your registration for the event. I'll be at the Business Summit on Tuesday afternoon, so maybe I'll see some of you there.
Christy seems like she's going to be omnipresent.
I've got a lot. I'll be around.
She's going to be in a lot of places, so very good. So we've talked about plenary, we've talked about learning and expo days, we've talked about these new and exciting sessions. Let's now talk a little bit about having fun, balancing out the week, wellness during the UC.
There's a lot to do.
San Diego, really amazing, great place to bring your friends, your family. There's a number of activities that we have to complement the week, and we'll spend a couple minutes here. So the Esri Kids Fair, Christy, this is really cool in my opinion. This is a great way of getting the younger generations introduced to GIS. This is something that's hosted by Esri. The theme this year is continents, and so children will get a little passport, and there's different activities, and they'll get a stamp, and if they complete each activity, they'll get a special prize from Esri. To attend the Kids Fair, you have a grown-up, a guardian, or a parent with one of the children. So again, that's happening Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, really cool event. We recognize people are bringing their families or their younger ones to San Diego. So maybe if mom and dad or one of the grown-ups has to attend the UC, one of our long-standing partners, Kitty Corps, is going to be there, Christy, providing childcare. This is based in the Marriott Hotel. I think your children did this a number of years ago.
My daughter, when she was 9 months old, attended, and they did a great job.
And to give confidence to some of those of you who are maybe considering that, actually my daughter's going to be attending Kitty Corps while I'm working throughout the week.
Lots of options.
Yeah, and so in terms of changing gears over to wellness, let's talk about some really popular activities. So yoga, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday and Thursday, it's at the Hilton Bayfront. On Wednesday, it's at the Marriott. You got to.
It fills up.
It does fill up, so you can go online and go ahead and sign up for this under Things to Do on the event sign-up page. You get a really cool yoga mat as part of doing yoga. So again, very popular event. Great way to kickstart the day, get your energy going, connect with community, make some new friends. Another popular event on Wednesday is the 5K Walk Fun Run.
Are you doing it?
Last year, Monty, the non-runner, put himself out there and signed up after 20 years of the conference, first one. I survived. I am actually going to do it again this year, and I just signed up yesterday, Christy.
Okay.
So the registration link is live. So very excited. I'm going to be on
great.
the start line again. So
everyone will be looking for you.
We'll see about that. So on Wednesday afternoon, we actually have something called Family Night at the Expo, even though it's on the afternoon. Again, this is a really amazing opportunity, Christy. This is when we open up the Expo doors, and attendees can bring their families and their children into the event to get familiar with what mom and dad or the grown-ups or the guardians do. A lot of our partners that are on site have giveaways for the children. It's just really exciting to see the energy that gets built, getting to see what GIS is all about, again, for those younger generations. We're not done there. On Thursday, we have the UC party at Balboa Park. Last year, we made an exception. We were at the baseball stadium. This year, we're back at Balboa Park. Really amazing event. Food, games, entertainment. Everyone who attends has access to all the museums there. To attend that Thursday night party, you're going to need a wristband, and you can start picking up your wristband on Wednesday in the registration area. So Wednesday and Thursday in the registration area, go ahead and go get those wristbands. For guests of attendees, there's a $75 fee to attend. Children under the age of 12 can attend for free. And then one final thing, not really party related, but you and I were talking about this. We're pretty excited about this year. We're excited about it every year, is this Esri merchandise store. You want to talk about this a little bit more, Christy?
Yeah, well, the Esri merch store opens on Sunday.
Yes.
So if you happen to be there in San Diego on Sunday, get to the store because there are items that sell out really fast. But I love going and checking it out. There's always something new every year, and we're hearing that there might be some cool new items this year. So I'm going to probably head there on Sunday maybe and see what I can find. But it's really great, and I recommend checking it out during the week.
Get ready for that. So great. So again, we've covered a lot of content today. The convention center is a big area, but we want to help you make the most out of the week and help you figure out how to navigate it so that your week goes smooth, successful, things are efficient. So I would say one of our biggest recommendations building into the conference, Christy, is go ahead and go to the Google Play or iOS store and download the Esri Events app. Again, there's a QR code there for everyone to see. If you go into the store, it's pretty easy to find. You can either type in Esri or Esri Events. It's ready to go. I was utilizing it myself yesterday. There's a number of activities that you can do there. It's one of the, I wouldn't even say secrets to success. It's one of the tools that you're going to be using throughout the week. You can go online and use the scheduling app on the actual website. It's going to synchronize between the actual app on a device and the scheduling website. But to hear about this better, let's turn this over to one of our teammates now, Alan, and he's going to give us a demo and a walkthrough on how to utilize these various tools to plan out and make the most out of your week.
Great, let's see it.
Starting at the main section of our homepage, you'll find highlighted content and videos throughout the event, as well as links to the tools you need to create and manage your schedule. Let's take a closer look at the detailed agenda. Here you'll find the default tab is User Conference. You'll also see tabs for some of our additional events at UC that require additional registration. Use search and filters to narrow your results and find the sessions you're looking for. Over on the My Schedule page, there are a couple more things to highlight. This grid view allows you to work through your schedule in a more visual manner. Here, you can toggle on and off your favorite sessions, hover to see the title, and click to take more action. All of the gray time slots have available sessions. Select them to find and add sessions within that time. When your schedule is all set, if you wish, you can select the download icon to save or print a copy of your schedule. If you're making the trip to beautiful San Diego, I want to show you the event map and our mobile app. Our indoor GIS map can help you familiarize with the UC venues and event layout. You can explore the map lounge, find sessions by room, view the sessions on your schedule, and use directions to find out how to get from one place to the next. Now that we've seen the map and our schedule is all set, let's take a quick look at the Esri Events app. The Esri Events app is built to help our attendees joining us in person to manage and navigate the conference. but can also be accessed by our digital attendees if you wish. The home screen greets you and dynamically features time-relevant information, provides quick links, shows you featured and recommended sessions, and will show you your up-next scheduled sessions during the event. Use the menu icon in the top left to access the side menu. Here you'll find links to all of your content and links to more event information. I showed you our home screen. My Event houses another link to your schedule, your profile, where you can find your check-in QR code, log in and edit your profile picture, opt into attendee networking, and your notes. Let's head back to the home screen and then to My Schedule to wrap things up. At the top, there's a quick slider to switch back and forth between My Schedule and the full event agenda. You'll see the Find Sessions card in places where you don't have anything on your schedule. Use that to quickly browse the list of what's happening in that time window. Thank you for letting me show you around our digital experiences. You're all set to get prepared for the best UC yet.
Thank you, Alan, for walking through that. I was thinking, Globee has a pretty packed schedule for UC.
It does.
So we'll see how Globee does in keeping up with that. So one more tip on the Events app. If you're like me and you've used the app in previous years, just make sure you download the latest version. It'll have all of this year's information baked in.
Awesome tip, Christy. Thank you. So you're in San Diego, you're in the big expo, you're in the convention center. Let's talk about finding your way. So you've spent time building out your schedule. Maybe you've just finished a session and you want to come find that appointments area that Christy was talking about. So use the event map in the web page or from the Events app. I think I mentioned this before. Even as an employee, I will actually use the event app throughout the week to maybe help our guests get to where they want to be or find that next session that I need to be at. So again, that's really helpful technology for all of you to use. Throughout the convention center, Christy, we also have kiosks that you can use to help map your way around. But I would say the best option, if you're in a pinch, you just don't know what to do. We mentioned before, there's going to be more than 1,000 Esri employees down there, red badges, red lanyards. Look for one of us. We're the host.
Ask,
yeah, we're there to make sure that you have a great week. One of our brand promises to serve our customers. And so if you have questions about anything and everything, look for one of those red badges. We're going to help you find out where you need to be.
And if we don't have the answer to something you ask, we'll find the person who does.
We're going to do that. That's great.
Great. And also, we want to make sure that you have a comfortable experience while you're in San Diego attending the UC. So there's a few accessibility and support items that I just want to make sure that you're aware of. First, you can arrange for hearing accommodations before you arrive at the conference. We have multiple quiet spaces for mother's rooms, prayer room, and quiet room on site. This would be really great for people. And then there's other accessibility support. If you want to learn more, you can visit the info desk in Lobby D, or you can take a look at the Things to Know accessibility and services page in the Events app.
Very good. All right, let's talk about one of our favorite topics now.
Okay, I've been waiting to talk about where to eat because it's really important.
It is. Got to stay fueled. Got to stay energized throughout the week.
And you might pack some snacks in your bag or in your pocket. If you don't do that, don't worry. There are tons of options on site. Whether you go and check out the food trucks at the Hilton Bayfront or the grab-and-go options out in the Plaza Park at the Convention Center. And then there's also a spot I like to go to, if I can get the chance during the week, is to go back upstairs to where the Map Gallery reception was and go to the Map Lounge. They have grab-and-go food. It's actually really good, and you can have a nice chance to maybe meet somebody new or sit and just take a breath for a few moments. And what else? What if people go to the gas lamp?
To go to the gas lamp, make sure you bring your badge with you because many of the restaurants there actually offer a discount for people attending the UC. And then also back to the top, you mentioned about bringing snacks. There is a grocery store downtown. Maybe a good idea at the beginning of the week, go down, load up on snacks, pack your bag, because again, you've been doing a lot of walking, traversing, and burning a lot of calories, I would say, throughout the week. So maybe bring your pedometer as well to track how many steps you're doing as we go on. And so we're winding down towards the end here, Christy. We want to send it to our teammates one last time, and they're going to share some tips about what makes the UC successful to them, some of their recommendations for all of you.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I love networking with people. Make those connections. Share ideas.
Getting to know people.
Meet as many people as you can.
You guys really are the ones that are shaping the future of GIS, and it's so cool to see what's being done out in the real world.
Definitely download the UC app.
The sessions will be in there. There's a things to know section.
Go to the event website, use the My Schedule, the calendar tool.
Sign up for everything. We have yoga, we have the 5K run. Come to the expo, visit sponsors and exhibitors.
I always recommend bringing a sweater.
Bring some kind of large purse or backpack.
Comfortable tennis shoes.
Comfortable shoes.
Comfortable shoes.
Comfortable shoes.
Comfortable shoes.
I'm definitely excited about ArcGIS Pro tips and tricks. It's one of the most popular sessions. It's been that way for the past few years.
For the plenary, I'm always excited to see what's coming out in ArcGIS Online.
I'm excited for every session, honestly. I think there's just so much to learn.
I like seeing the end-to-end demonstrations going from Pro out to online or enterprise and see how people are using ArcGIS as a whole.
My favorite thing to do down in San Diego would be exploring Embarcadero Village.
Definitely take a walk along the marina.
The USS Midway is a great museum.
There's a lot of great diversity in the food culture.
In the gas lamp quarter is a section of San Diego within walking distance.
Go to a Padres game.
The San Diego Zoo.
I have to make a special trip to Balboa Park to play disc golf.
San Diego's a wonderful place, and there's lots of things to see.
That's great.
That was excellent, Christy. Yeah, and one of the little tips that they threw out there was maybe hitting a Padres game. Christy, there is a game, I believe, on Sunday before the weekend starts and before the event starts. And so if you want to check that out, do. But as you can hear from our teammates, they're really excited about this. The energy's building. Yeah. And they've given us a lot of great tips. And so,
was anything missing from what they shared? What would you add?
You know, my biggest thing that I would add for people is to, again, when you're thinking about planning out your week, don't overdo it. You can't hit everything at the UC, Christy, that you're going to want to. So maybe give yourself a little bit of grace. Maybe each day hit a couple of sessions, give yourself some time in the expo, but also give yourself some free time for those, those real life connections or, meeting a new colleague, coming together. Just, my biggest one is try not to overschedule and, feel like you're having to rush throughout the conference, and then things don't become enjoyable for you.
Exactly.
How about you, Christy?
So, I would say a lot of the same things. I definitely appreciate the tips that our colleagues shared and that you've shared. I think for me, if I'm able to leave the week knowing that I've taken some time to really look around at the surroundings. I mean, there's so many beautiful things to look at, people to connect with. And I guess my biggest tip or piece of advice might be for those of you who are planning to attend is come to UC ready to be inspired and think about how you can innovate on your next project or the next thing you're working on in your organization. Yep, that's what I would say.
Excellent, Christy. And so that brings us to the end. Again, we want to extend a warm thank you to everybody for being here today. If you can't tell already, we're really excited about this. 20,000 people all under one roof talking about GIS, mapping, location intelligence. Christy, next time I'm going to see you, it's going to be in San Diego.
That's right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you all. Safe travels to those who are coming from far. Yep. See you in a few weeks.
Thank you.